Okay, I'm an old man, and it's late at night, and so I apologize that I'm making this recording while laying down. I'm laying down in a Japanese style bed. That's what it's called. It has a special name, but I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. The reason I'm in our kitchen in my bed is because we got this puppy, and the puppy has not been house trained yet, so uh, I'm trying to house train this puppy, so I want to be near the puppy at all times to make sure I can take the puppy out so that it never pees or poops in the house. And so far, so good. We've had the puppy a day or two now, and not a single time has that puppy gone in our house. Now I'm getting nervous having bragged like that. But um, let me say that, when our son was born, I didn't mean to go off on tangents like this, but when our son was born, I stayed at the foot of my wife's bed in the hospital in like a chair that kind of had a footrest to it. It was, oh man. And slept in there while she was in her bed after the baby was born. And you know what I mean? So there I was at the foot of her bed, keeping watch over her and our son. And it was very tough. Much harder than this because people were coming in and out of that room at night to take her blood pressure and so on. And oh my God, was it hard. Well, anyway, I care enough about our little puppy to be doing this. And this is the kind of thing I've done throughout my life. I could give other examples of this, but let me go on now and say that having apologized as I have now for making this recording while lying down, I am an old man, and as I've noticed, at my age, people do start to pass away. Okay, Herman Melville passed away at age 72 of natural causes. Northrop Frye, age 78. So I'm in my 70s, and these are two highly influential people in my life. As well, my Germanic grandfather passed away at age 79, and an aunt of mine, one of his daughters, she passed away at 79. She was in perfect health, as far as everybody could see. Just suddenly, she just dropped over dead. Okay, now, so let me just, having introduced this message that way, say that I'm going to be talking on a subject that is highly distasteful to me. In other words, I would not normally make a recording like this, and nor would I even discuss such things as I'm going to talk about in this message. And in fact, I have not. I have never talked, unless I referred to what I'm about to refer to in a message like this. And I might as well be talking to myself when I make these messages like this, because I look on my phone and it says, when I put these online, it says, no views, usually. Or sometimes it says one view or two views. So when I make recordings like this, it is as if I'm talking to myself. So even talking to myself, I would not want to even talk about what I'm about to talk about. I just wouldn't. And I haven't. Nevertheless, I'm an old man, so I think some things need to be said. Okay? No matter how distasteful they are to me, they need to be said. So let me try to get into this subject by saying I had more than one relative in World War II. Okay? And two offhand died in World War II. I'm not going to say who they were. Okay? Or where they died. Okay? Now, there were two offhand that I'm thinking of right now, not counting the one who passed away over there, who were in the war against Hitler. Okay? And both got wounded. Okay, and I gotta say that this one relative who was a cowboy, he got what was called $1 million wound, and if you'll remember in the movie Forrest Gump, Forrest Gump at one time says that he got $1 million wound, and he tells this lady he's talking to on a bus stop bench. He says, "Yeah, I got this $1 million wound, but I ain't seen one penny of that $1 million." So this relative of mine who got the $1 million wound, I think he may have seen more war than any other person in our family. And that's quite a lot for me to say, because there's another relative of mine who was in World War II over there in Europe, whose part in the war I researched and researched and researched under his guidance. And I saw just how awful the war was that he was in. He was in the thick of things, okay? So anyway, let me just say that without wanting to identify who this person was, I'm gonna speak kind of around my subject and say that included in my research was research into tank warfare. Okay, and so as it happened, there is a place over an hour's drive from where I live in Maryland. And I think it suddenly came back to me, the Aberdeen Proving Ground. It's a military installation of some kind. And at that place, they have all kinds of tanks and other armored vehicles parked around the place that I guess they're for exhibit to the public. Okay? So, under the guidance of this war veteran, World War II veteran, I went up to that Aberdeen Proving Ground to see the kind of tank that figured in my research. And they had one up there, and, well, I went up and climbed up on that tank to see what it was like, and the turret was opened, and I got in the turret and moved around in that tank and took some pictures of me, and my wife was with me, and her, and so on. And this is all in honor of a family member who was in the thick of things in that war, but he was not the only family member who was in that war. Okay? Other family members were in the war, and as I say, this other family member who was over there in Europe may have seen more war than this particular man, who was known to be in the thick of things by everybody in the family, but this other guy, he didn't get much credit. But I gotta say, there are signs that I've seen through experience and research that this particular other relative who got little credit for the part he played in the war may have seen more war than anybody in the family. I just want to say that. Now, here's the point. Some of my family members were killed in that war. Okay? Close relatives. Okay? Now, I'm saying this because after I went up to that proving ground to see that tank, came home, and then I went back another time to see that tank, and guess what? the tank had been made so that you could not get in that turret. It was sealed over, like folks had gone up there and purposely made that turret inaccessible so that maybe you could climb around on the outside of the tank, but you could not get in that turret. It was like filled with concrete. I don't remember how they closed it off, but I said to myself, 100% that was done in response to my having gone up there and visited that tank. And that was the response. Now, those vehicles up there had been sitting there forever, years and years and years, and then suddenly I go up there and I'm in that tank, and then I come back and that's what I find. So what am I saying about that? I'm saying that response to me is another sign that I am a target of harassment and worse, murder, attempted murder by the secret police of the United States. Why? Because the man who raised me, who I call America's Man of the Year, was involved with those folks in crimes that they committed, I guess the way they would look at it, for the benefit of America. And they've been persecuting me across my lifetime as well for the benefit of America. Believe it or not. That's their reasoning there. So I just wanted to say this, okay, because this is something I haven't said to anybody, no one on the earth. And, well, I'm old and I'm going to pass away from everything I've seen, unless some miraculous day of judgment arrives before I pass away, and I don't pass away. I doubt that. So I did want to say this and express my anger that this kind of injustice could go on being visited on me in this country, which I'm saying now in my old age is as great a propaganda producer about itself as any of the other countries around the world. Here, I was raised to believe that Russia, formerly known as the USSR, was outrageously lying about itself all the time in its propaganda, which is where the word propaganda comes from, right? From Russia. It's a Russian word of some kind. And I'm saying, in old age now, before I pass away, that the United States is the propaganda capital of the world. That's what it is. Now, that these outrageous persecutions of me should be happening and continuing to happen, well, there's my anger that I'm trying to express here as best I can. And that's all from me for now. Bye for now. This note to the recording I just made. So, it doesn't have anything really to do with the recording I just made, but it's tangentially related. So, I'm going to make this note. I've said that just about the only proof that you might call as close as I can get to smoking gun proof of what the America's Man of the Year was doing to me at night was that on two occasions that I can remember quite clearly, when I woke up in the morning, there was a pile of poop from my dog right in front of the door to my room. And what was odd about that was that my dog would have woken me up if it needed to go to the bathroom. So I was mystified, absolutely mystified, that my dog had not woken me up to go to the bathroom like that. So my theory is that The reason the dog was not able to wake me up was because, as I've been saying, I was etherized by the man of the year. So the dog could not wake me up. And what I'm saying is, the dog was made excited by the presence of the man of the year in my room and what he was doing to me. He was male raping me, right? This excited my dog. Then the man of the year cleaned up and left. And my dog had been excited by all the commotion in the room. And he therefore pooped. And he couldn't wake me up to let me know, okay? So, right after I made the recording that I just made, I was screaming mad and screaming out my anger in the house there. And this little puppy right here, he was right beside me hearing all that. So I got done screaming, and I noticed that the puppy wanted to go out. Now, it had just been out like 15 minutes before, and you know, that was going to be it. But I saw that it wanted to go out, so I thought, well, the puppy got excited by hearing me yelling like that, and suddenly it needs to poop, you know. So I came out here with the puppy, and sure enough, it came out here and did the biggest poop I've seen it make since we got the puppy. And I'm looking for it now because I wanted to photograph it, and I can't find it right yet, but it's here somewhere. I don't want to step in it. I'm barefoot. Oh boy. Where is that? Oh boy. I think there's poison ivy back here, and I'm barefoot. Anyway, I thought for sure I'd be able to find that. I'm not finding it yet, but you know, I didn't have my camera with me when I was out here with the dog, and I decided to go back in and get it. And now I can't find the damn thing. As you can see, it's not easy to find, right? Okay, come on, over here, Zivy, over here, come here. Over here, Zivy. Zivy went to this place to poop. She made quite a big pile. So I wanted to show that, you know, my theory that my dog got excited and therefore pooped like that and didn't wake me up because I was etherized and he couldn't wake me up. So I'm just saying that if you do excite a dog like that, that can be the result. I'm saying there's a scientific basis to what I'm saying. So wait a minute. I'll be damned. Well, I'm not finding it. I'll be damned. I want to step in it. Oh, wait a minute, it's near here. There's the marker. I left that marker, and it's right near here. Hold on. Right up here somewhere. Zivy will find it if I just let her. She's probably interested in smelling it. It's right in here somewhere. There's the marker for it. Where is it, Zivy? Where's your pile? Oh. Oh, I don't want to step in it. Did I? For God's sake. There's the marker. Where is it, Zibby? Where's that pile you left? There it is. Okay, get out of there. There it is. There it is. There's the pile she left as a result of my raising my voice the way I did. Come on, Zibby, let's get out of here. Okay, and there's the proof that, my theory that my dog pooped that way, it was from the commotion created by the man of the year's presence in my room. That's all from me for now. Bye for now. I just had to add this footnote. I want to say that America's Man of the Year kept his evil carefully concealed. That is stuff that he was responsible for in his personal life, like the severe beating he gave my mother and the abuse he waged on my mother to cause her to have me by another man and to have 4 years a brother of mine by another man as well. I'm saying that this is true. Now, he kept everything carefully concealed in his own house. Let's say his wife wasn't giving him enough sex. Other men might have gone out and looked for sex outside their house, even if it meant having sex the way he ended up having it with me. A boy to him, having sex with a boy, okay? He might have done that outside of his house, but I'm saying the fact that he did these things and kept them so carefully concealed in his house, I'm saying that the reason for that is he was a member of the secret police of the United States. He was an agent. And therefore, he definitely didn't want other folks at his place of work to know that he'd been committing crimes of the kind he committed against his own family members. Okay, he wasn't going to go outside and risk getting involved in trouble, however it might have happened as an agent. He would have been jeopardizing the secret police by doing this, so he definitely did not want to do that. And I'm saying that this choice he made to keep his evil so carefully concealed that I wasn't even able to figure it out till I was 65 years old. The part he waged on me, he did that, and I'm saying he did it because he was a member, he was an agent of the secret police of the United States.